Hey guys, it's Christy here, and welcome back to another episode of Tangle Tower. If you're still watching, that is. I'm not really sure if anyone's still interested in this series, but I really want to finish it, so there's gonna be at least a couple more episodes. Um, I also don't remember what we were doing last time, because it's been a little bit since I played this, but I'll figure it out. I'm gonna look at what notes we have. I think we got our suspicion with him, I guess. Have we asked him about everything? Does it tell me? Oh wait, I guess I have to click on him to know if we've asked him about everything. Okay, I don't think we've asked any of the people about the people yet, so I'm gonna start with that, I guess. Well, we for sure haven't asked him anyway, so.
A listless soul drifting through the ether.
What's wrong with her?
Not sure. She's always been troubled. Comes from a dysfunctional family. I'd say you could ask her about it, but I think you might find that to be a bit of a dead end.
Why was dead end in bold? Why was dead end in bold? That's not a pun. She just doesn't talk. So this guy just doesn't like anyone from the other side of the family, I'm gathering. He doesn't trust them.
Hard to read, that one, but she seems to know what she's doing.
She's kind of mean.
You know, I simply assumed all detectives were sharp, rigorous, and thorough. Then, of course, I met you.
Oof. Oh. We just got owned.
Nobody could deny her talent. She was remarkable, artistically gifted, but also highly intelligent.
Those two things aren't mutually exclusive, you know.
Was she ever interested in astronomy?
I don't think she was. The fault may well lie with me for failing to inspire her. But I think she was captivated by more tangible things here on Earth. My daughter loved her. Fiona, too. That said, in the last year or so, more and more I've begun to notice her by herself, wandering the gardens at the most peculiar hours. She must have explored every inch of the grounds 100 times over. Quite a restless spirit, I think. I'm surprised she chose to live at Tangle Tower as long as she did.
Interesting.
What do you want me to say? He's the gardener.
He's a member of the family.
Yeah, but not the Pointer family.
What happened to his parents, do you know?
His father, Flint, is Felix's brother. Strange man. Don't think anybody knows what happened to him, but he certainly doesn't live here anymore.
What about his mother?
Emily? I've not met her. She never actually married into the Fellow family. Her relationship with Flint was, it was short-lived.
Fellow. Okay. I forgot what their last name was.
I don't especially want to talk about myself. Introspection often leads to vanity.
Wait, does it?
Why don't we discuss the moons of Jupiter instead?
I'm not sure if we have time. Aren't there like 10 of them?
83.
Yeah, we don't have time.
Penelope, our resident ornithologist.
Penny's your niece, is that right?
At this moment in time.
What?
Until she marries the gardener.
She'll still be your niece.
But she'll depart from the world of the Pointers and join the Fellows. Like rats deserting a sinking ship.
Wow. So he really doesn't like them.
My Poppy, my pride and joy. Exceptionally talented pianist from a young age. Hold on. Why is she on your list of suspects?
Because she's a suspect.
Oh no, I can personally vouch for her innocence. She'd never... Well, the truth is, she loved Freya very dearly.
If you don't mind me asking, what happened to Poppy's mother?
Primrose? She was Flora's sister, a Remington by birth. The playing field has never really been even since she left.
Where did she go?
Away. She went away.
So she's not dead, she just left. Interesting. Well, what do we have to do? We still haven't figured out how to unlock the garden. And I would think that I have all the clues I need for that by now. So, let me see. Let me go look at this puzzle again. I know it's like the...
A big glass door leads out into a garden. Somehow.
There's a little mechanism by the handle.
Oh, I know that there's... Oh, interesting. Oh, maybe it's just as simple as that. I didn't realize they were in different spots on different sides of the door. Because I know the other one has them in a different spot. But maybe the moons have to be where the suns are?
It's locked, but it leads outside.
I thought we were halfway up.
We
to-
are.
What's that thing by the handle?
Yeah, this one's like here.
Nothing.
The
Still,
tiles.
those
Okay.
Maybe they're connected.
So what if... Oh, what was it? Like this?
It made a noise.
Okay, so it is. It's the... It had to be where
I guess
the
that
other
was
one
right.
was.
And the door's still locked.
I still feel like we made some sort of progress.
Okay, so now I have to go do the other side. This is a complicated lock for what is presumably just a balcony.
A big glass door leads out.
There's a little mechanism by the...
And then this one has to be like this.
Nothing. Still
All
locked.
four-
Wait.
Those other symbols.
I think it is.
Wait. Aw, dang it. I don't
I
know.
guess we'll come back later.
I guess I don't remember. I thought it was like that. Dang it! Gotta go all the way around!
We already saw.
Yeah, but the door didn't unlock.
Okay. It does let me look at... Wait. So... So, did I just do it backwards? How did I mess this up?
A big glass door leads
There's a
out.
little mechanism by the...
Oh, I might have done it backwards. I did it backwards.
Something
Dang
happened.
it.
That must be it. Finally, it's open.
Whatever's on the other side better be worth it.
Yeah! This was weirdly difficult. And also kind of easy. I thought I needed a clue from somewhere else, but apparently I could have solved it from once I had both balconies unlocked. This is quite the garden. This is a larger roof space than I was expecting.
Giant stone frog. Love it.
Ah, he's got his tongue out like he's catching snowflakes.
Except those aren't snowflakes. They're feathers.
Mmm. The feathers were mostly found resting on the tongue of a large stone frog. Okay.
There's something about those petals we found in Penny's room. Something suspicious.
Let's ask her about it.
Let's come back to that. I want to look at the garden a little more.
A little pond.
It looks really, really deep for some reason. See those metal bars around the edges too?
Oh yeah. What do you suppose they're for?
Nothing anymore. Looks like somebody broke them and then never bothered to fix it.
Oh, is this like the tube that's in the lobby, right?
It's another little statue, doing a really bad job of hiding in the bushes.
He's playing a lute this time.
He's also wearing headphones.
Well, they're not part of the statue. And they're not headphones. They're earmuffs.
He couldn't stand his own lute play. He was that bad at it.
It's a rose bush, growing on a little patch of bluish soil. Apart from a couple of loose petals on one side, the whole thing looks very well cared for.
The roses are bright red, too.
Now, aren't roses normally that color?
Exactly.
Yeah, I was thinking that. Or, so I'm not sure if the comment was meant to be that they just took really care of it, or if it's the fact that they're very normal looking roses in a place that has a lot of plant life that doesn't look normal.
Oh, good. A bridge. I'm glad to know there's a way to get across that tiny, tiny pond.
Not all bridges are about getting across stuff. More egg statues.
I don't get it. Why eggs?
Well, either they have some special significance, or the sculptor was just really lazy.
What do you mean?
An egg has got to be the easiest shape to make.
Bet! Yeah, so I'm assuming, because you can see it down here. I just put them. So I'm assuming if she said the pond's really deep, that means this tube is from the pond, like it goes all the way down. Alright, let's go talk to, Penny. Forgot her name for a second.
So, yeah, we found this.
Oh, that's nothing.
You wrote, "Now I'll get her," on a piece of paper and hid it in your room. That's not nothing.
Actually, it's not the message I wanted to ask about. It's those red flower petals.
The petals.
They're from roses.
They're from red roses. And there's only one place in Tangle Tower with red roses.
We need a clue. Something that shows the roses, and who they belong to.
Oh, maybe this one?
It's a drawing of Fitz and Poppy in the rooftop garden. See what Fitz is holding?
I can't imagine what you're getting at, but it doesn't matter. I couldn't have taken anything from the rooftop garden. It's only accessible from Fitz's room or Poppy's room. How could I have taken something from a garden to which I have no access?
The birds.
Is it really only accessible from those two bedrooms?
For most people, it would be. But don't forget, Penny's the resident ornithologist.
The
My
birds.
What are you accusing me of?
Was used to spy on Poppy and Fitz. I'm not sure. How and why did Penny decide to access the rooftop garden? Maybe steal evidence from them? I'm not sure on this one.
One of Penny's birds was
Oh.
used to spy on Poppy and Fitz and steal evidence from them.
Okay, that
We
was
know
correct.
those two have been spending time together in the rooftop garden. I'm guessing you got paranoid. Wanted to know what they were up to.
I'm just not the jealous type. I would never suspect Fitz of anything like that. Besides, Tabitha hardly ever leaves her cage. She's certainly never flown up to the rooftop garden.
We need a clue to compare with Penny's birds. Something
Yeah,
to
no, I
prove
already
one of
know.
them has been in the rooftop garden.
The feathers!
Let's take a closer look at these.
When it visited the rooftop garden.
This yellow feather was left behind by Penny's yellow bird when it visited the rooftop garden.
I can't stand it! Knowing the two of them are hidden away up there in their private little garden. I couldn't risk spying on them myself, so I asked dear Tabitha to do it for me. I knew she'd be able to bring me back some evidence.
Sorry, Penny, but are you not overreacting a little?
You don't understand. Fitz is slipping away from me. He's so quiet with me these days. But being with Poppy, seems to bring him out of his shell. I don't know what he sees in her miserable little... I apologize. This
Awkward.
really isn't your burden to bear.
Okay. That was the end of that? That's a... Okay, I haven't asked her about the people either, but I'll grab these.
There used to be all kinds of birds here at Tangle Tower. The most fascinating breeds, all totally unique.
Used to be? There are birds all over the place.
Most of them are rather ordinary, I'm afraid.
What happened to the non-ordinary ones?
That is a very good question.
Okay, well, I asked her about these 4 things, and none of it seemed all that helpful. So, I asked her about the people. Laura.
A fellow bird enthusiast. She's quite the expert, truth be told. Studied them professionally at one point. I think her father taught her.
Are you friends with Flora?
A little bit.
A little bit friends.
She's one for the peace and quiet. I dare say I'm a little too loud for her.
I can see that.
I do admire her, though, really. Always felt like she could have done better than settle for Felix.
Ouch.
I said it. She's a most unsavory little... She was incredibly rude about my appearance.
Which part? The giant bird arms, or...
If I were her, I'd go easy on the judgment of others. I mean, look at her. She looks like the ghost of a scarecrow. I just wish Uncle Pointer would tell her to behave herself.
Professor Pointer? Why him?
Oh, it was Uncle that called her in. She's his responsibility. Did you not know that?
Okay.
She'd sit in the aviary, first thing in the morning, and paint the birds. Sometimes she'd ask me their names.
Freya was interested in studying bird species too?
No, just wanted to know their names. Isabelle, Clementine, Myrtle, Lysandre, Genevieve.
Got it, thanks.
For my 21st birthday, she gave me a framed painting. All the birds from a single spring, with their names written underneath. I can't begin to tell you how much I've treasured it.
Sounds like you two were close.
I feel like I always struggled to articulate my admiration for her. But she had a way of understanding unspoken things.
I wasn't prepared for the music change when we talked about Freya.
Isn't he strapping?
He is... big.
And so brooding.
Kinda sulky, yeah.
I can never tell what's going on in that beautiful head of his.
It just sounds like you don't know him very well.
I don't remember asking for your input.
Oof.
Can't say I've ever taken an interest in Uncle's astronomy. On occasion I've dared to visit him in his tower, but I always regret it. It's all just a little too abstract for me.
What do you mean?
Oh, did you know the sun is apparently over 400,000 miles wide? Okay, so what should I do with that information? How does it help me?
Don't look at me. You're the one who memorized it.
Oh, she's beautiful. Who is she? Wait, is that me?
Oh my goodness.
Oh, did you talk to Poppy already?
Yeah, a little bit.
And did you make any notes of what she told you?
Yeah, I did.
Lovely. Burn them. It'll all be lies.
Why would Poppy lie to us?
Because that's what she does. She's a snake. Looks like one, too.
Don't you think you're being a little unfair, Penny?
She started it.
She start with what? What did Poppy do? I mean, other than maybe flirt with Fitz. I guess I gotta go down the road and just ask about all the people. I don't know if that will, like, unlock any new conversations or not, but worth a shot. And the new clues we got. Dun dun dun. Alright. Oh, I got quite a few I haven't asked her about.
Yeah, it's mine.
Can you play the tune for us?
Can you play the tune for us?
Sure. It's literally 8 notes. I have it memorized. Yeah, it's mine.
I want to ask what's so special about it too.
What's so special about it?
I got it from my teacher. It's the first piece I ever learned.
How long have you been playing?
Since the day I turned 6. Family tradition. I was really excited to start learning. As soon as I got out of my first lesson, I told Freya and Fifi all about it. When I arrived at my second lesson the next day, Freya was there too. She hadn't asked permission, just showed up. For 2 whole years, the teacher taught us both.
Was Freya any good?
She would have been even better than me, if she'd stuck with it. But one day, she just stopped coming to lessons.
Why?
That's just it. There was no reason. That's when I realized things were different for her.
Interesting. Oh, so I could have asked that question first. It's weirding me out that the music has stopped playing since then.
You get some weird insects around here, but I've never seen one like that.
I'm not sure anyone has.
Freya might have. She used to keep beetles in a box in her room.
Why?
For fun, obviously.
Do you know where those earmuffs came from?
I put them there.
Why?
I found them lying around. I think they belonged to Fitz. I put them on the statue so he'd see them. I thought they looked like headphones, like he's in the recording studio with his guitar. No?
If they do belong to Fitz, he hasn't taken them back yet. When did you find them?
This morning.
Where?
I don't know, in a hallway. I can't remember exactly.
It seems like important information that you're not remembering exactly. I mean, it maybe not important. I don't know. I guess it seems important because she left out the details. like, I don't know that I would have been suspicious of it if it were for the fact that she doesn't know exactly where, she doesn't remember exactly where she found them, or she doesn't know who they belong to.
Needless noise from tongues expel, unless within the mouth they dwell. The spoken word, unfit for dealing with the shifting form of feeling, stand unblinking in the face of taciturn and soundless space.
Whoa. That was quite the experience. I wasn't expecting actual poetry.
Foregone drifter, holding fast, days as shadow seeker past. Is it bravery or surrender, accepting that your world will render nothing darker than the gloom some 4 walls make around a room?
Holy cow. I don't know if any of these are gonna be useful, but I'm enjoying it. Also, imagine, I know this was obviously written, but imagine trying to make up poetry on the spot to describe your family members.
Between the lips a silver spoon, a story written all too soon. The chosen dwelling of her heart, unjustly chosen to depart. Lost her liberation lays in the center of a maze.
Or I guess family and friends. That was an odd one. I'm not sure I understood. Oh, she was talking about Freya, I guess. Lost Freya.
With surging tide, the waves are thrown, an entity of all its own. But on its surface you may see reflected in the waters be. The orchestrator, pale and still, pulling strings, enacting will.
Ooh. Spooky. I can't wait till we get to hers and she doesn't. She's just like, I'm me. I just think it'd be really funny if one of these isn't a poem. I don't know if that'll be the case or not. I don't remember.
Hard of head, but free of mind, unimprisoned, unconfined. With starry eyes, she sees beyond, behind our walls, beneath our pond. A soul untied, it's hers, it's free. Was then, is now, will ever be.
Whoa. Whoever wrote this is like, it's giving me chills.
Softly does the flower grow, all in time, and time is slow. Rest a seed within the earth, but do not rush its gentle birth. Hour by hour, day by day, tune your heart to nature's way. Eavesdrop what the stars are saying, earthly tether, slowly fraying, floating helpless from the worst of jealous hunger, selfish thirst. Take a moment, kneel and meet the flowers growing at your feet. Feathers flashing in the light, from a sunbeam gleaming bright. I shield my eyes and turn my head, but all at once I've been misled. Light is shining on the stage, but through the railings of a cage.
Ooh.
That's me.
I know!
I'm on a list of murder suspects. Always thought that would be kinda cool, but it's just tedious.
Falls a little short, doesn't it?
Okay, I have played this game before, but I didn't actually remember that. I was just thinking it'd be really funny. And I can't believe I was right. Oh, I got an achievement for listening to all of Poppy's poems. This video, oh my goodness, I haven't even talked to her about all this stuff. Okay, I talked to her about some of the people. This video might end up going a little bit long because I kind of just want to get through some of this stuff. Or I'll just cut out more of it, I don't know. Okay.
Professor Pointer's a respectable astronomer. Keeps himself to himself. What?
We're just surprised.
That was the most polite you've been about anyone.
I find her rather embarrassing. Little more than a spoiled child.
Penny must be at least 25.
27. Just makes it worse. Poppy has remarkable musical talent. She could be famous, wealthy even, if she wanted to.
She'd probably have to leave Tangle Tower first.
Quite. You truly consider this a case file?
What's wrong with it?
No organization, no system.
That's my style. I like seeing everything laid out at once. Yeah, it helps me think.
How quaint.
This whole conversation is just her insulting our evidence.
Makes quite an impression, doesn't it? Although I can't imagine why she painted Flora wielding a knife.
You didn't see a knife anywhere in Flora's room, did you?
I did not. I conclude whatever stabbed Freya must have been brought into the room from outside. Unless, of course, it was the painting itself.
Surely you don't believe in that kind of thing.
A detective's job is to examine every avenue of thinking. The paint is still wet.
Yeah, well, we know Freya was in the middle of painting when she was killed.
Do you know that? How? Because you were told?
Because it was on the floor where she was died. Also, she's definitely an oil painter if it's still wet.
You got it open. I'm impressed. I managed it myself yesterday. I thought Flora might be hiding something in there.
It was empty yesterday, too.
It was. Perhaps it's always been empty. I'd tell him not to quit his day job, but he hasn't got one, has he?
Dang! Get him!
These figurines remind me of a case I once solved involving a possessed doll. Turned out to be a bit of a smokescreen, as these things often do.
Your life sounds fun. Grimoire, why don't we ever have fun adventures like that?
Are we not having a fun adventure right at this very moment?
Yeah, what the heck? Is this murder case not exciting enough for you?
I admit, it's powerful. Freya was a talented young woman.
Someone even liked it enough to take a photo of it.
Now, we don't know why they took the photograph, do we? Perhaps they just wanted it for reference.
But also, the photo was in her room, so, like, wouldn't that imply that she also... that she, like, drew a painting and then took a photo of it?
This belongs to you, Hawkshaw?
Correct.
And, what is it?
It's my handheld microscope for up-close investigation work.
What do you magnify with it?
Trace particles, dust, oils, clothing fibers.
Have you used it here at Tangle Tower?
I have. I used it to examine the greenhouse only 2 days ago.
What were you looking for?
That is between myself and my client.
Did we learn what she was here to do yet?
A somewhat cumbersome device, and an altogether inefficient way to listen to music.
What kind of music do you like, Hawkshaw?
I like anything.
What a cop-out.
Interesting.
I believe that was in Flora's room yesterday, but it was not cracked when I saw it last.
That's good info. That's the only good info she's given us. The rest has just been her insulting us or her insulting other people.
Is that a clue?
Dunno. It was important enough to be framed, though.
I framed my law degree, doesn't make it a clue.
Same? Yeah?
Why does that sound like you don't have a law degree, Grimoire?
Do you also have a pile of leaves as a clue?
Oh, not yet. Did you see some suspicious leaves?
One of 3 statues depicting the same creature. This one is wearing headphones. Perhaps they belong to someone who likes music.
They're not headphones. They're earmuffs. For blocking out sound.
Perhaps they belong to someone who doesn't like music.
That was great. I love that. I think I'm gonna talk to Fitz and then call it good, maybe, for the day. Because I don't want to get this video to go too long, but I did kind of want to get through some of this, like, stuff of just talking to people that might not be that important.
I like Flora. I hope she's all right.
Do you think she had anything to do with the murder?
There's no way. She wouldn't willingly cause any additional suffering for anyone.
Additional implies that people are already suffering.
Fifi doesn't like me.
What did you do?
I'm not sure. If you find out, maybe you can let me know. She questioned me.
About what?
My work, the plants, bit of everything.
Did she search the greenhouse?
No, she didn't.
You sure? Maybe she did it when you weren't in there.
No, she hasn't touched it.
How can you tell?
Trust me, I can tell.
I believe him.
She was always kind to me. She'd come into the greenhouse when I was working, sometimes by herself, sometimes with Poppy. I think they were just bored at first. Eventually, they started asking questions.
About what?
Poppy wanted to learn about flowers. Freya, she used to ask me about the insects.
Insects?
One of my jobs is to protect plants from things that might eat them. Freya brought me this little glass box, leaves and twigs inside. She'd say, put all the troublemakers in there. Every day I'd put a handful of beetles and other things in the box. Then she'd come along and take it away. I didn't really understand her, but she was always kind.
That's kind of cute. The put all the troublemakers in here, that's cute. Even though we're talking about bugs, and I personally wouldn't want a box of bugs in my room.
Have you met this guy, Fitz? Shifty eyes, doesn't say a lot. Totally suspicious, if you ask me.
That's me.
Yeah, it was a joke. I was joking.
Oh, I see. Penelope is my fiancée.
Don't take this the wrong way, but Penny doesn't really strike me as your type.
She's not who she pretends to be. People think she's... well, they make assumptions.
And how's the relationship doing recently?
Good. It's good.
Penny, he doesn't talk to me anymore. I don't know what's going on. I feel like we're growing apart. It's good.
Poppy and I are friends.
Oh, I can buy that. Dark clothes, blue hair, an average of 3 words per sentence. Oh, you're like 2 peas in a pod.
She's very kind, and she has an interest in plants. Unusual flowers, mostly. I've been teaching her.
Right.
Is something wrong?
Okay.
Nice painting. Gives you a pretty good idea of the layout.
The lake looks like it forms a perfect circle around the island.
It might seem strange to you, but nature is quite capable of producing perfectly geometric forms.
And those mountain cliff things around the outside?
We don't know much about them. They're unscalable. Not even Freya could have gone up there.
What's that?
This painting, it's speculative. There are no photographs from this angle as far as I know.
So Freya just made it up.
Let's call it an informed estimation.
Interesting. I didn't really think about that.
Who gave you that information?
Well...
We don't actually know who it was. We were contacted anonymously.
I see. And what happens if the person who contacted you turns out to be the murderer?
I never thought about that.
Honestly, that would be kind of fun. Like a twist, you know?
Yeah, that's interesting. I didn't realize there was anything weird about how we got here.
What do you think that is in Flora's hand?
I don't know. It does look like a knife, but Flora wasn't holding anything at all when I saw her after the murder. But there's something bothering me. Something else.
What?
When we went into Flora's room, she wasn't standing in this position.
Well, she probably would have moved around a little bit by then.
She wasn't standing at all. She was kneeling on the floor.
Interesting.
There's something off about this.
What is it?
Why don't you take another look at Flora's room?
You think we missed a clue up there?
Not exactly.
Interesting.
It's an egg with feet.
It was locked, but we opened it. But it was empty.
Fun story. Penelope knows about birds. You should ask her instead.
Actually, I wanted to ask you about something. There's a plant mentioned on this page, see? Do you have any? In the greenhouse?
No, I don't grow that anymore. I've tried, in the past. It's incredibly difficult, even for me. I could never get it to live more than a couple of weeks.
Interesting. I didn't remember the, I forgot there was a plant on that page.
This is yours, Fitz?
Yeah.
Do you use it?
I keep all my tools in the greenhouse.
That wasn't what she asked.
I think the answer is no. Because he said he keeps all his tools in the greenhouse, and that was in his bedroom in a box. Also, it doesn't look used, but you know.
A flower.
Yeah, it's a flower. We found it in Penny's room.
Okay.
Mean anything to you?
Why would it?
Come on.
I don't really go into Penny's room or anywhere in Pointer Tower. I just don't have a reason to.
But you're not, I mean, you don't know, like, anything about the flower. You're the plant guy.
Wait, those are mine, the earmuffs. They went missing about a week ago.
What do you need earmuffs for?
I use them for gardening sometimes.
Why? You don't own a chainsaw, do you?
No. I wear them while I'm gardening, and it stops people from trying to talk to me.
That's genius.
That is, that is the most, like, that's the most relatably introvert thing I've heard all day. Alright, well, that's gonna be it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Maybe, if you stick around.